Sometimes the biggest scientific mysteries are hiding in the most unexpected places. And this one, it's hidden deep inside the DNA of one of Australia's most unique animals, the Tammar wallaby. It's a story about two molecules that could totally rewrite what we thought we knew about evolution and immunity. Okay, so to really get what's going on here, we've got to rewind the clock. I'm talking way, way back on the evolutionary timeline. Marsupials, like our wallaby, are this incredibly ancient branch of the mammal family. They split off from placental mammals, that's us, a very, very long time ago. And the Tammar wallaby is super important because it's one of only 3 marsupials whose entire genome we've actually mapped out, making it a crucial window into our own deep past. And this unique history leads us to a really big question. Have we been totally underestimating the marsupial immune system? Is it just a simpler, more primitive version of what we have? Or has it been evolving its own sophisticated tricks for millions of years? That is the core mystery scientists set out to solve. To get to the bottom of this, researchers went on a hunt. But they weren't looking for an animal. They were after a single, tiny, but absolutely crucial molecule inside of it. A key player that basically runs the body's entire defensive playbook. That molecule is called Interleukin-6, or IL-6 for short. Now, cytokine might sound complicated, but really it's just a type of protein that acts as a messenger for the immune system. And the best way to think about IL-6? It's basically the immune system's fire alarm. When there's an infection or an injury, IL-6 is one of the first and loudest signals to go off, screaming to the rest of the body that it's go time. So what exactly happens when that fire alarm gets pulled? Well, IL-6 turns into this master coordinator on the battlefield. It's calling in the special forces, your B cells and T cells. It unleashes the cleanup crew, those hungry macrophages that just gobble up invaders. And it sounds a body-wide red alert by triggering a whole cascade of other defensive proteins. Put it this way, without IL-6, the whole defense strategy would just crumble. All right, so the researchers had their number one suspect, IL-6. The first step of the investigation seemed pretty straightforward. Just find the Tammar wallaby's version of this super important molecule. And they found it. But what they found was a total paradox. When they looked at the molecule's physical 3D shape, the wallaby version was a near-perfect copy of the human one. But then they looked at the blueprint, the actual sequence of amino acids used to build it, and it was wildly different. How different are we talking? Get this. Only a 34% match in the amino acid sequence between the wallaby and human versions. That's a huge evolutionary gap. It's like 2 chefs using completely different ingredients and following totally different recipes, but somehow they bake 2 cakes that look exactly the same. It's wild. Now, as crazy as that sounds, the scientists who wrote the paper basically said, yeah, we kind of expected this. They point out that IL-6 is known for changing really fast over evolutionary time compared to other cytokines. So, okay, the wallaby has its own unique version that gets the job done. Case closed, right? Well, not even close. Yeah, because this is the exact moment where things went from a routine checkup to a full-blown mystery. So, as they were sifting through the wallaby's cells, they kept noticing something weird. Alongside the normal full-length IL-6, there was this other thing, a second, shorter version of the same molecule, a phantom copy. They gave this phantom a name, MIL6 delta 2, and what it is something called a splice variant. So think of it like this. The gene for IL-6 is like a recipe with 5 steps. To make the normal version, the cell follows all 5 steps. But to make this version, the cell follows step 1, completely skips step 2, and then picks back up at step 3. What you end up with is a shorter, edited molecule. And that's, right there, is the million-dollar question. I mean, if the big molecule is the fire alarm, what on earth is this shorter, phantom version for? Is it just a mistake? A biological glitch? Or does it have its own secret job to do? So what was the deal with this phantom molecule? Well, cracking this case led scientists to a pretty incredible idea. Maybe the wallaby's immune system isn't just old, maybe it's been innovating. It looks like it evolved its very own secret switch to control its immune response. Okay, so here's how they think this secret switch works. Step 1. The normal, full-length IL-6 molecule plugs into a receptor on a cell, and boom, the alarm-on signal goes out. Easy enough. But remember that shorter phantom version? Because it's missing that one piece of the recipe, it's also missing a key part it needs to actually sound the alarm. So the theory is, it can still slide into the receptor, but it can't turn the key. And by just sitting there, it physically blocks the real molecule from getting in. The end result? It's basically an alarm off switch. It acts like a brake, calming down the immune response. So why is this a big deal? I mean, it's just one molecule in a wallaby, right? Well, for starters, this is the first time an IL-6 switch like this has ever been found outside of placental mammals, like us and mice. It totally flips the script on the idea that the marsupial immune system is primitive. Clearly, it's got this super sophisticated layer of control we never knew about. And get this, it might even help us understand why certain marsupials have trouble with specific diseases, like mycobacterial infections, which we know are heavily tied to how IL-6 works. So, this whole story, this elegant little genetic switch hiding in plain sight inside a wallaby, it really leaves you with one big question, doesn't it? If this was hiding there all along, what other incredible, sophisticated secrets are tucked away in the DNA of the world's most unique animals, just waiting for us to finally take a closer look?